In this section of chapter 2, we are going to see different types of operating systems. Okay, so there are total 4 types of operating system: single user operating system, single user and multi-user operating system, batch processing operating system, time sharing operating system, and real-time processing operating systems. Okay, these are all the 4 types of operating system. There are many types of operating system, but in our syllabus we are going to study about only these 4 types. Okay, so first type is a single user and multi-user operating system. So these are the operating system where, as the name suggests, in single user operating system, at a time only one person is using the operating system. Okay, only one person is using the PC. And the example of such operating system is DOS and Windows 98. For example, at our home or in the school, when we are using the computer, we are a single user. Only one person is using the computer, is using its processor for at a time. Okay, only one person is using the computer, one person is using the processor of the computer at a time. So it is a single use, that is called a single user operating system. Similarly, we have a multi-user operating system as well. Okay, multi-user operating system are normally used in offices and other organizations where we have same resources is being used by most of the is where the same resource is used by the uh, many other employees. Okay, in offices, in a working environment, we have a resource which is useful for everybody, whichever those who are working in the company. Okay, so in those cases we use a multi-user operating system where one person, where all the person are connected with one computer. Okay, through a network, and that computer contains the information, contains the data which is to be used by the others as well. For example, like a Wi-Fi. Okay, it's like a Wi-Fi. Like Wi-Fi can be used by many persons. It is one Wi-Fi. It has internet. It provides us internet, so that Wi-Fi can be used by many of us at the same time. So that is called as multi-user. Similarly, multi-user operating system allows many users, many different computers to get connected with one single computer. Okay, normally the internet and the server computer is being used as a computer which contains the resources. So that is called a single or multi-user operating system. Then we have batch processing operating system. Batch processing operating system is a very old operating system, is what used in around 1960, where what happens, since is a long back, it was used in 1960. 1960, everybody did not have computer. Very less people had computer. People don't had computer. Organization, companies had computer. So what they used to do, that the people of the employees used to prepare their jobs. Okay, and then used to submit it to the computer operator. They used to prepare the job which they want to execute. They will have to store it in uh, the punch cards or the magnetic cards, and then they used to provide it to a computer operator in the company. In those days, one company used to have only one computer, and for that computer they used to have a computer operator. The the users go and provide their jobs to the computer operator with the help of a punch card. Then the computer operator collects all the job, and then he categorize the jobs depending upon their similarity. Okay, and then he groups the job in based on their similarity in form of a batch. Okay, and then he processes the batch to the computer. At one time, computer can process only one batch, and after, as soon as that batch has been, the process of the batch is completed, it used to uh, execute the another batch. Okay, so this is what a batch processing operating system, where different jobs are grouped together in form of a batch and they are executed together. Uh, Time sharing operating system is a method that allows a multi-user to share the resources simultaneously. Multiple user can access the computer at the same time in different places. At a time sharing operating system is that in which from many tasks, each task is given some time to execute so that all the processes run smoothly. Now, time sharing operating system is also a multi-user operating system where many people are using one CPU. Now, what does this system do is that it provides very small amount of time. It provides time to each user separately. Okay, the CPU will give access, will execute program of a user for some particular amount of time. Okay, for example, it will execute the program which the user one is doing for some time, then it will shift on to user two, then it will execute the work or execute the program whatever the user two is doing, and then shift to user three. Now this shifting of the processor or an execution of the program is for a very small amount of time. It is for a very small amount of time, and that is why the user does not realizes that it is using a shared operating system. Okay, it is for a very small amount of time, like it is for like 2 microseconds. So nobody realizes that they are using a shared system, and programs of all the user are executed one after the other in that particular time slot. Every user has been given a time slot in which it works get executed. For example, if a user one is watching any video from the internet. Okay, so like for 2 seconds the computer will execute the video. Like for 2 seconds it will up download the video, like download in sense download to watch the video, like it will process the video. So she starts watching the video, then again after 2 seconds it will shift on the user two, and it will process its work whatever she is doing. And then like that for 2 seconds it will try to process the work of each and every user. And this way again after completing the cycle it will come over here, and then again it will for 2 seconds it will give the access of the processor. Okay, it is giving the access of the processor. If she is getting access of the processor for 2 seconds only, then like she can download, she will be able to see the video for at least 1 minute. Okay, so until and unless she is watching the video, the CPU will, the access will run over the other tools and come back again for the user one. So this is called as a time sharing user system, and the time that each task is given is called as quantum. Okay, and after this time interval is over, OS switches to the next user. Fine. So this is what we say that it is a time sharing operating system, which is also used for multiple users. Okay, real time processing operating system is the last operating system type of operating system. A real time operating system is a time bound operating system which has a fixed time limit. Uh, Processing has to be done within the defined time limit, otherwise the system will be failed. Real time process system is classified into two parts. Now real time process system means the processing system which has a particular fixed time limit. It has to process the whatever task is given to it in that particular time. Okay, real time means it is being used for doing the tasks which are very time bounded. Okay, they need to be processed quickly or need to be processed within a fixed given time. If the computer is not able to process in that particular time, then this will call the system failure. Okay, and now there are two types of real time operating system. One is hard real time and one is soft real time system. Hard real times is used for very critical tasks. Okay, where the system guarantees that the critical task will complete on time. Okay, and it will do the task which, if for which even a shortest delay or urgency is not acceptable. Okay, here the system should meet the deadline. Okay, so it is normally used for process like missile systems and air traffic control, where a delay of even 1 second will create a lot of problem. Okay, so this type of system is used where the where your work is very time bounded. Next we have soft real time system. Soft real time system is also time bounded, but it is not that strict in sense of time constraint. The timing of meeting is not compulsory. You should not, it is not necessary that you will have to meet the deadline of whatever task you are doing. A critical time is, it will give priority to your work, but then it will not be like it will, you have to do it in particular time. Like for example, your reservation of tickets need to be done before the flight timings, before the aeroplane flies, but then it is not that much necessary, it can take some amount of time. So that is called a soft real time system. And this was the last operating system type.